Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of House of Commons. My name is Enyi Osuji, and to my right,
Ike STeeLE, House of Commons.
Damola, House of Commons.
Pascal Atuma, House of Commons.
House of Commons.
okay, check. Okay, All right, our topic today is, can you make a hoe a housewife? And can you make a dog a husband? Right?
Which one be that? Which one is make a dog?
Can a dog? Can a dog be a husband? Gentlemen, let's begin.
have to make a dog.
Okay, before we actually go in, spell a hoe.
Which one?
Hoe, a hoe. Hoe.
A whore?
A hoe, a hoe.
A hoe is H-O-E, hoe.
So that's like a slang for a whore, a harlot, a prostitute, or
so a prostitute is something different,
but
a hoe is has its own. That's like.
Can you give it like a definition of what a hoe is?
Okay, so a prostitute.
Are we talking about W-H-O-R-E?
Yeah.
Kind of.
But define it though.
Okay, so a prostitute is somebody who solicits sex. A hoe is
For
somebody
money.
for money. A hoe is somebody that does it for free, basically. So it's the same thing, but for free.
More promiscuous.
Just promiscuous. Very promiscuous.
Now we're clear.
And which one is a dog?
A dog.
Same thing, male.
A dog is that's a good thing.
I think you'd be better off defining a dog.
Yeah.
Why would that be better?
Because I think you one of the oldest older people here.
Can I start this off quickly?
Yes,
2 seconds and I'm
Shots fired.
I think you can make a dog a husband more than you can make a hoe a housewife because of what I believe stems where that behavior stems from in both parties.
Wow, LD.
So let me say it again.
Hold on, I didn't understand.
Okay, so I think you can make a dog, which is a male whore, a guy who's a whore, as a male, a husband, more than you can make a hoe a housewife because of where I believe that behavior stems from for both.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
I totally agree. Before you ask him, I totally agree with what you just said.
You totally agree
yes,
what you just said?
and I'll go in.
Okay, I want to understand why for the fact.
You know why?
Okay, yes.
Well, guys, let's not stray too far though.
Okay.
Let's just face the topic, then we'll go in and explain, how we normally do.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, but answer this one first, I beg.
Why? Definitely.
Since you agree,
this is why. Because one, society always black label or stamps a label on female that sleeps around more than they do for a guy. And number two, the feelings. Guys don't really have sex and get their feelings involved as much as it affects women when they have sex. Sex I'm just gonna keep it as simple
as much
as for now. Like I'm saying, let's not stray too much up. Okay. So you want to go first, or want me to go first?
You guys go first.
Well, you guys go. You guys
go.
You guys need to go.
I don't use the term hoe. I use the term whore.
Okay.
W-H-O-R-E.
Okay.
That's why I'm more comfortable.
Okay.
You got to see the definition of whore. W-H-O-R-E. Right? I would actually want someone to read it from there.
It's okay. You explain it from your example.
Okay,
your understanding.
For me, biologically, there's a reason why someone becomes a whore.
Okay.
Biologically or
psychologically? Biologically.
Okay.
Right? Some people, because of the way, I'll give you an example. In the olden days, there used to be female circumcision in Africa. Why did you think there was female circumcision in Africa?
So they get no.
So to reduce the sexual desires of the female.
To reduce the sexual desires of the female.
Control women.
To control women, which was, for me, knowing what I know now, I think was barbaric.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? For people to do that. So, those women who were circumcised, right, it's actually more difficult for them to be whores. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Alright.
But those ones who are not circumcised, they can easily be if they don't have respect for themselves.
But that would be biologically though, would it be?
What?
In a way, it kind of goes away which it kind of counters what you explained, because if you're circumcised, you're not supposed to be more.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
That's what I'm
Is that what you said?
That's what I just
Okay,
said.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry, I misunderstood you.
So those who are not circumcised, right?
I'm more prone to be
are more prone to
Okay,
be
is that what you
whores, right? If you call it that way. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm trying to land, right? But those who are not circumcised, who have respect for themselves, and who came from families that don't do stuff like that. Because sometimes, most of the times, if the mom is a prostitute, there's every chance that the daughter.
That's a big point, right?
It's
there.
true.
I'm being real.
Big
Sometimes
point right
if,
there.
If the mom is a whore, there's a big chance that the daughter will be one too.
True.
Right? But if the mom is a Christian or a Muslim or whatever religion that's very respectful of herself, the daughter will be looking at the mom. You know, and there's every tendency that the daughter will go the way the mom go, you know what I'm saying? But I give you an example. If you come from a family where the mom is a whore, the aunties are whores, right? What are they going to advise their nieces?
Okay.
Am I making sense? So in that situation, if I give you for Igbo, let me use the Igbo land for example, right? In Igbo land, there are some families, if you go in to marry, they say, you got a lot from Ashamo. They know that family is going to have Ashawos.
Of course.
Right? Don't go there. Don't go there. And even your family, your extended family will say, no. That family that they run outside. The way they call it, they say they run outside. In Igbo it's said Hanabani.
Wow, yes.
Right? And once they say, oh, you're going to buy from that family to Fiapa. Right? That's the reason why that is also. It's actually very difficult to turn a whore into a housewife.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
You go. We'll go like this.
I brought it in, so y'all go first. And
Okay.
I'll close.
So the reason why I said what I said, I think it's easier to make a dog, a male whore, a husband, than it is to make a whore, a female who's promiscuous, a housewife, is because for men, whoring around is not only more accepted, but because it's more accepted, it doesn't, I don't believe it comes from a place of pain. I think it's just pleasure. Guys just do it for pleasure, for the most part. But from a woman's standpoint, I believe, and I always say this, and people always argue with this with me, I believe from a woman's standpoint, promiscuity comes from a place of extreme pain, of either absentee fatherism, or maybe her mother's a whore or something. The seed is so much deep, the roots are so much deep rooted.
Or the blood of gold diggers.
Yeah, like it's such a deep root that you can't just, she has to be far away from the root of what causes her to be that promiscuous.
Yeah.
And I'll go far into it, but
Let me go. Can I ask something?
No.
Before I forget it. You know my brain is not very sharp.
Let's cool down now. All right. I think. Can you make a housewife? I think that's what I want to talk more about. You already know my views about can you make a dog, a husband, right?
That's
You already know my views.
You can be a husband. That's why.
I guess. Can I say it takes one to know one? Why you put your foot in your mouth? All right. All right. What else is it? Can you make a whole? Guys.
Can you saw it?
There you go. Okay. All right. Can you make a housewife? I think the answer is it could be yes, but it's a slimmer chance that can happen. That's what I believe so. But why I say so, it's you can never say never in most cases though. You can never say never. There's been some good women who hold around for certain reasons, and when that need or whatever make them go into those reasons, which I can give you a lot of examples, but we'll go in later. When that thing has been satisfied or met or solved, they become better people. But I say the chances of it happening is very slim. So in my whole in my what I think is I will not advise anybody that I know to try to make a housewife. I will not try it myself either, because it's hard for you to change people. For somebody to go around, it's a mental decision that they have taken upon themselves, and for you to try to change them by making them a housewife, I think you're making a big mistake in the first place. Don't even try. Don't try. And that's what I'll say.
For me, you can't really make a housewife at all. But a lot of women, no, you can't. I just want to address a couple things before I get in. There are women that don't. There are a lot of women out there that don't realize that they're hoes, and they don't know that they're hoes. They're justifying their activities and saying, "Oh well, I'm exploring" or whatever. And it still goes back to what we were saying earlier about why a lot of women, and I'll talk about men too. Why a lot of women do hoe around and do those things, because more than likely there's something that's missing, absentee father, or something that's damaged them in the past, or something that may put them in a position where, because women are not built to hoe like that. So I don't think they're built to hoe like that. So there's always a reason why they do those things. But at the same time, I know a lot of women that are in their 30s now. When I knew them when they were in their 20s, or when they're now in their 30s and 40s or whatever, and then when they were 20s, they were hoeing and they were having a good time, and then after they went through their phase and realized that that's maybe an empty lifestyle for themselves, they realized, okay, I can't hoe no more, But I really feel like the hoeing definitely does stem from some sort of traumatic or some sort of event or some sort of thing within their family or their value system or something.
I disagree with that partially.
Well, I think that I think that we're all right to a certain extent, because you can technically make a housewife, because a lot of women were hoes at some point in time in their life, maybe. Some women go through stages and they're like, right now I just want to just explore.
So you think you can?
You can.
Okay.
You can, but if she's presently a hoe, no.
Exactly.
If she's presently a hoe, no.
I agree with that.
Then to the second part is about the dog. I'll also say this in all fairness. A lot of the men that I know that, I'm just being real, a lot of men that I know that are really out there just literally just hoeing around, they also have issues too. It's not
they also.
Yeah.
They do.
They do. I'm not trying to like play no political, I'm just being honest. Like,
you're being real honest?
I'm being honest.
Do you hoe around?
I don't hoe around. But let me tell you something.
Do you think that?
I do Tinder. But let me tell you what.
What is it?
No, but on a serious note, let me say something. Let me say something real quick, and I'll conclude.
Okay.
The thing about it is, I'm not the type to be. I'm like, I'm not the whole type. But when I went through something and I felt like I needed to compensate for my ego being shot, what did I do? I went to go hoe. That's what I did when I went through something.
You went to fill a missing piece.
A missing piece, because I needed to miss. It's always something missing. Now, do I think that a lot of guys, now this is the thing that's kind of like the controversial part, is a lot of men just naturally, we want to conquer as much vagina as we possibly can sometimes. Naturally. That's just how we are. But I don't think it's a functional thing, especially for women, to just be hoeing. That's not their DNA, in my opinion.
Yes.
I'm going to look straight at the camera and say that the greatest horse are in show business. The greatest horse that God has ever created.
Oh my goodness.
In the female of the females, you can find
not the guys,
Don't worry about the guys. But you want to keep it real, right?
We're keeping it real. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
The greatest horse, I'm telling you, are in what? In show business. Film, television, and music.
So pretty much celebrities.
No,
they're not celebrities.
They're not celebrities.
No.
The people
some
in show
of them
business
are. Some of them are celebrities, because you see, in show business,
Are those hoes or those prostitutes?
No.
They're not prostitutes.
No.
Because they don't do it for money. They do it for fame.
Can I add to what you're saying? Sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to go deep, but go ahead.
Just to say it from an outside perspective, right? and we're gonna have a deeper conversation about the actor subject.
Yeah.
But from the outside perspective, watching people in your trade, right? I'm gonna support what you said. I've never been more disappointed in my life in women watching show business happen. I've never been more disappointed in my life. I have never seen women do anything to be around celebrity. It's go ahead.
Sickening. Okay, let me say why. Let me say why.
Is it a new thing though?
Okay,
Let him finish.
It's not new. Let me say why I said it.
I'm just saying.
A female that works at the hospital, right? And a female that's a school teacher, and a female that's a pilot or a medical doctor, right? The chances of them going around is a little bit minimal compared to the ones in our industry. I give you an example. In our industry, you can find an actress, let's say in Houston, Texas, right? She has slept with a director in Miami. That same girl has slept with a director in New York. That same girl has slept with a director in Maryland. That same girl has slept with a director in Los Angeles. That same girl has slept with a director in Dallas. And she thinks she's doing it secretly. But she don't know that the director in New York is a friend of the director in Maryland. Is a friend of the director. But what happens is that they will do it and get into for those who play that lane to put them in movies. Then until they have gone around. When they have gone around, right? And then it's not working anymore.
Damn.
Then you don't see them in movies anymore for a long time.
Wow.
Damn.
Right? Then so it's disgusting in my industry. It's very disgusting to me because, like I always say, and I look to camera and say, if you're a woman out there, and I, Pascal Atuma, in my 12 years of show business, directing movies, have asked you to sleep with me, come out publicly and say it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm real.
Okay.
Yeah. So being in the industry, I mean, right? That from judging from my industry, I can say you can never make a whore into a
I think, well,
because you know why? Even if when they become housewife,
They will never stop.
they will never stop because you know there's a certain life you live.
It's a drug.
Oh, it's like a drug. When you start using drugs and you get addicted to it.
okay.
You get addicted
well,
to it.
well,
If you go to a job and they say don't do drugs, you agree. But once you leave that job, you go and use your drug.
in another way, I guess, normally I don't defend women or hoes or anything, but I just have a different mentality or thinking with this conversation, because for you to say there's no hope or there's no cure, there's no turning around, it's just like saying drug addicts have no help, they cannot turn around their lives.
You know what is called a sex maniac?
I know look, sex maniac is different from hoeing around though.
Okay.
That the female hoes around does not mean she's a sex maniac.
How do you become a sex maniac?
Nymphomania.
Okay.
Nymphomania is a disease of sex. Sexual disease is different from being a hoe. It's different.
Can I actually add
but don't you
something to
think you can go from being from
Even
nymphomania
nymphomania is totally
Let's stay on topic. Let me just add something.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound stupid. I would rather have a nymphomaniac than a whore, because a nymphomaniac might have an addiction to sex with one person. A whore goes around. A whore goes to multiple people. So she can be she can be a nymphomaniac whore. Meaning she's addicted to sex with a lot of people.
Well, be careful what you wish for, because LD, if you get
It's not I'm saying I'm wishing for that.
Hold on, if you get an nymphomania, you that I see like this, you can't satisfy her. She'll be out there on this road.
I don't believe that.
But what I'm saying, again, let's specify.
Somebody can be an nymphomaniac, like you said, but with respect. I only want you one person.
Hell no.
Yeah, it's possible.
Hell no.
Yeah,
The thing about it is,
it's not.
what is the motivating factor for these women to change?
Thank you.
Why would they change? Why would
they change?
Can I answer this one? I will speak because in my own industry, because that's where I operate.
Okay.
The only way the whores in show business would change if they finally catch a very famous producer or a very famous director who they don't have to be in film to still be on red carpet.
So they can change this. There's cure.
Yeah.
Well, you just answered differently
It's
now.
not like they changed.
They stopped or they slowed down.
They will slow down.
And when that relationship is over, they're now
well,
that's like a cure then.
Well, that's what it is.
It's like yes,
that's like a patch.
No, if that relationship lasts forever?
It's
Then
not a
it's a
cure.
cure then.
No, it's not. It's
Well, the
not.
fact that she's not holding her.
Can I ask you a question?
She's not holding
Can I ask you a
her.
question?
Yeah.
Why do you think show business relationships don't last long?
Look, Pascal, I totally agree. In show business, I'm in show business.
Because
That's the point.
No, we're not really. We're not straight.
Okay.
I'm in show business. Look, I know you want to tell me that all the girls that have slept around cannot end up becoming wives, housewives.
They can become wives.
Chief, it's not about if they can become.
Yeah.
Is it a good idea for a man
It's not a
to
good
invest in a
idea.
relationship with a woman? Let me just go. Let me just go. there.
Definitely.
Let me
A lot
just
of these
go.
women
there.
are broken people.
Period.
They're broken.
They're broken.
They're broken.
You see, that's the problem. Gonna sit down. Okay, look. Let me go there. Let me go somewhere that I want to get us back in tune with what we're talking about. So I mentioned earlier, people will watch this and say it's a bias towards men and we're misogynists and we're feminists.
Yeah.
I said this in one of our episodes before. For a boy, it's not even just how we're raised. Your body is tougher, right?
Yeah.
You can go out there and get hurt. As far as you're stronger. Your body is tougher.
Yeah.
John Mayer has a song, "Daughters." Fathers, be good to your daughters. He says, "Boys, you can break to find out how much they can take. Boys will be strong. Boys soldier on, but boys will be gone without the warmth from a woman. But fathers, be good to your daughters." I know a lot of people don't want to hear this in modern day society, but to me,
You need to hear
women are delicate, right? And this is the way I see it. If I don't want my daughter doing it, I don't think it's a good idea for another woman to do. So I'll be a hypocrite saying it's okay to whore around, but I tell my daughter I don't want to do that. Then I'm just lying to this person.
Let me look at
Because it's true.
You make
It's
a very
true.
good valid point.
Can I just add?
Yeah, please.
I've dated women who are still broken, and what I notice is that to me, naturally, I just don't see these women being the type to want to spread that thing like that. It's usually something that they're lacking somewhere along the line. Father wasn't present, so now they compartmentalize their life. They get this from that person, they get this from that person, they get this from that person, maybe money, maybe whatever. It could be all of those things, the gold digging, all of it in one person. Because they're trying to sift out and get those things in different ways, but because they cannot trust anybody because of what we're talking about. They're delicate, so what they do is they protect themselves by doing that thing that's freezing, makes them feel good momentarily.
Now let me say one special thing just to make sure we clarify. Not all girls who are broken do this.
No, but
because not all girls that are broken and not all girls that have absentee fathers do this. But girls that do this, there's usually something.
But it's not about absentee fathers all the time. Let me just finish. It's not about absentee fathers all the time.
No. There are different issues.
There's different kinds of broken.
Of course.
Can I come in a little bit? I've seen women that are whores who the father was dead, who were not broken.
No.
I don't
True.
believe.
You don't believe it?
You know,
Let me come in.
To add to you before you continue, ministers' kids. Have you heard of
Ministers' kids were the fathers there.
Yes.
Were the fathers there?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Can I say something? Can I say something
You
about
guys
what you
finish what you're
said?
saying.
Can I say something about what you just said?
I'm about to get
Can I
y'all
say
a
something?
second.
I worked
LD
in this city. Yes.
Please. Let him talk
Can I-
because he was the one saying something.
okay.
I ain't talking.
Okay.
We'll take it there.
I went to school in Nigeria.
Okay.
I attended Federal Polytechnic Wanafi for 2 years. I went to University of Port Harcourt. I've seen women just hoe for home's sake. Or some of them do it just for peer pressure.
Not to pay their school fees.
Not to pay their school fees because school fees already been taken care of. Rich girls, right? That they think is you know how some people smoke. Some people don't want to smoke
They are
cigarettes.
peer
They
pressure.
just smoke just to belong.
Their friends.
So some people just do it just to belong.
Because they
Can
become
I add
names.
Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Because they don't want people to talk to them like you know that there are some friends who, if their girlfriend is a virgin,
They laugh at you.
They laugh at you.
True.
Of course.
Well,
That's
that's different.
So in that situation,
Pascal,
they're not broken.
You're going to go. Let me just explain why I said, when I say minister's kids, I don't mean necessarily only minister's kids. When I say that word, I mean most people that are guarded and overprotected do this as a rebel sometimes. Okay, that's why as a father, even though you want to be a good example, provide your kids everything, it could be the president's daughter, because these people are so guarded. Do you know the people that hold around the most in England? The royal families. Have you read history about the royal and what people? I'm not naming anybody in royal, but I'm telling people in that kind of setting, in that kind of what is that called? That when you're in the kingdom. Have you said?
What do you call them in Nigeria? Ajibokis.
Yes. Have you watched one film?
Anytime they escape that gate.
Watch the film called Caligula. My guy. These are kings and princes. These are people that rule nation. Watch them. Watch their kids. Watch that movie.
Can I say something? This is from personal experience, and there's a reason why I said there are different kinds of broken. This girl I dated, I don't even care if she sees it. This girl I dated, mother and father is there, family, everything is there. Everything is there. They provided everything. She was fine, but she's broken because she's not allowed to feel. She's not allowed to have her own opinion. So all these things everybody's saying, they had all these things. It
doesn't mean jack
It doesn't mean
shit.
anything.
Because
that's why always, if you notice, I'm always going back to that value. Because their parents are big. This is where it's still another variation of what we're talking about.
Right.
Because me, myself, I dealt with it myself. And I had to realize those things myself. We have to realize what impact did my parents have on me.
Wow.
And some people don't really understand that. Even if you have your mother and father in your life, it doesn't mean that you're not broken.
Thank you.
True.
Let me say something. Let me add to what you just said. Because you mentioned these are regal people. They're the most guarded. They say pressure bursts pipes.
Correct.
But pressure can also build a diamond.
Correct.
The more pressure you apply to lock something down, once you open it up, right, it explodes.
Exactly.
So just because their parents are there does not mean that they are not broken. I worked in one of the richest cities in Los Angeles, California.
Where? Beverly Hills?
Let me not say it.
Or Bel Air?
A city in Los Angeles.
Don't say it.
Well, let me not say it because I worked for the city. But the parents who were wealthy were never home because they were too busy getting wealthy.
Okay.
The kids had everything, mother and father, but they were never present.
Okay, cool.
So these kids did every drug, everything. Let's go back to the topic though. Would you make a horror housewife?
Yeah,
I will go back to saying this. For a man, right? I wouldn't advise a lady to make a dog, current dog, a husband. But I'll say this. From my perspective, I could be wrong. When a man finds a woman he loves, he stops. A man submits to the woman he loves, and I've seen it happen all the time. You drop everything that you're doing. For a woman, she will stop, right? What I'll say to men though is,
She will stop until the day you make her.
hold on. What I'll say is, for a man, be ready for an emotional roller coaster. I'm not joking, right?
Yeah,
I say it this way.
Okay.
It's easier for you to make a horror housewife if you're rich, just because you don't have to go to work every day, because you're gonna have to deal with a tough situation in a lady. And this is nothing against ladies, it's just I believe emotion is very sensitive.
Okay, good. We said
I just want to add about the guys because I feel like we left the guys out a lot. But go ahead, but
I feel like,
go ahead.
I don't know if do you feel like we say the same point, or you don't feel?
I think we're all kind of the same.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because what I said about families that come from affluent and rich homes, okay, that what you just said now, that parents could be in the home but they are not, actively involved in the child's life. That's exactly like recently we shot an episode where I said, love to a child is what? Time. The fact that you are there as a father and you don't spend time with your child, I am sorry. It doesn't mean anything. The time that if you're father or mother or husband or wife and you don't spend time, and this time it's not only that. So definitely, And I totally agree. You could be there physically as a statue, you have a home, you have a house, but you're not in this child's life. Definitely, who are the kids that do all the bad things like blow up spots, things? Those are very kids from rich homes, smart kids that, because the parents are not there, they have all the access in the world to computers, the internet, and everything. They have guns and stuff. They go around and shoot up all the place. So I agree with that.
Can I ask a question?
Okay, like I use myself. Let me just get personal a little.
Okay.
When you have a girl, and you have 3 guys in the same hotel, and the girl go in to sleep with this guy, and the guy says, "Excuse me," the guy run over to the other room and borrow condom from the other room, sleep with this girl. This girl finish with this guy, lie to this guy, "Oh, I'm going to work now," and go to the other room. Right?
This happened
This happened in real life.
Story?
This is true story, right?
Wow.
She finished with this guy, she tells "Look, I'm going to work now." She went to the other room.
Wow.
Not knowing that
They
these
know
guys,
themselves.
they know themselves, they know what's going on.
That's the whole. That's what
Right?
we're talking about.
Can I come in?
Okay,
Can I come in?
go ahead. Sorry.
And then,
Sorry.
and then she doesn't know that condom that is going to be used on her, it will come from the same package. Right? She doesn't know what I'm saying. When you finish seeing stuff like that, how can you marry a whore?
Can I say something really quickly? This is just, I just want to say, because I feel like we kind of left the guys out, so let me just throw this out there. I do agree with LD to a certain extent that men do change. If they find the right woman, they can change. But I feel like
No, they can't, they will change.
but that's what I'm about to get into right now.
I'm one dog that changed, so.
I feel like men are incredibly consistent. I think men are consistent in their behavior. So if a lot of women out there, they think, "Oh, he's gonna change," or blah blah blah, project this, project that, and I think a lot of women like to take on projects, and that's beautiful, and that's that's a wonderful thing. That's what women like to do. But if he's a dog, and y'all still dating, and he's still cheating on you, and he's still doing things, men are incredibly consistent. The same line I was using in 2004, I still use the same line to talk to girls, and I'm only 29 years old. So we're really consistent. We do change, but we don't change like that. We grow up, we mature, but we don't really change like
Are you
that.
just countering what you just said? Or
No.
What are you saying?
No, what I'm saying is that it's not a uniform thing with all men.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is pay attention to the guy that you're talking to and notice that his behavior is not about what he's saying. It's about what he's doing. That's more important.
Can I add on to what you're saying?
Okay, go ahead.
Let me add on to what you're saying. 2 things, right? A man's promiscuity, right? I think I kind of got where can come from immaturity. He's just being a boy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Another thing is you want to look at the relationship he has with his mother, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely want to look at that. Because I think that plays a role in how he treats women, right? So if it stems from how his relationship with his mother, then that's a place of pain where it's probably going to be harder for him to change. But if he didn't have a mother, who knows? I don't know. It's not really that specific.
Yeah.
But still, if he finds that woman that he really loves, I believe, and it's pretty funny that I truly think men get a bad rep all the time, but when he finds that woman that he actually loves, he stops everything majority of the time. And if you are dating a guy that keeps whoring around, you're not the one.
It's like you're in love. Are you in love?
No, I'm just being honest.
Can I come in?
I'm just being honest.
Can I come in? Men depend on which region of the world they come from. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Because if
That makes a difference.
yeah, it makes a whole lot of difference.
Yeah.
Like if you go to my village now, where I come from, those men in my village believe that they're entitled to 2, 3, 4, 5 wives,
Right.
And they're not even Muslims.
and they're not Muslims.
Wow.
So those men in my village that believe they're entitled to 2, 3, 4, 5 wives, when you go and tell them you're a whore, they look at you like, "Are you stupid?"
Wow. And society accepts it.
And
Yeah,
again,
but
accepted.
then it won't be whoring.
okay.
But
But do you understand
yeah,
what
you're just saying, but they're socializing in a totally different environment.
and they believe they can go out there and they have a wife at home and go out there and do what they do.
Well, Pascal,
and if you give them trouble, if the wife at home give them trouble, they will just make that woman a wife.
Well, real quick, let me respond to that kind of softly before I think after that we should go on the conclusion. Well, why most times why it's like that? Which things have changed totally though. Even you're from Umuahia, right? You're an Igbo man, like I'm an Igbo man, right? So we're kind of from the same place. So I know that culture very well. Most times, why those things were like that back in the days is for certain reasons. Either the one wife did not have a male child, or could not have multiple children. So the families back then they lived in big, large units. So it was acceptable that he goes and get another wife to have more children, because back then children is like you piling up wealth. They were going to help you work on the farm. They're going to elongate the family name and blah 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 blah. Because that is changed recently, I think, unlike it used to be as much.
Okay, now let me ask a question. Right, something popular happened this year. I'm not bashing this woman at all. I'm just bringing it up because it was pretty popular. Amber Rose had a slut walk. That's what it was called. It was called a slut walk, and it was hashtag 30 showers because Kanye West said she was such a dirty whore that after he slept with her, he had to take 30 showers because she was that much of a whore.
So sorry to interrupt you, but can you explain what a slut walk is?
The slut walk was a walk, right, downtown LA or wherever they had it, where people who supported women's promiscuity came out to support Amber Rose, saying that they walk and they saying basically it's okay to behave that way. Right? That was it was popular. Now the reason why I bring this up is because the reason why I bring this up is because
show business girls, right?
The reason why I bring this up is because I don't know Amber Rose, but from what I've seen, she was a stripper at one point, right? Now, this is pretty popular in the entertainment industry and in music specifically, right? Where Wiz Khalifa married her, right? We have the example of Kim Kardashian. I'm not calling these people whores, but that's what, the stigma of women that have porno tapes have done and things like that. So, do you think that these guys, because their marriages have kind of failed. Wiz Khalifa's marriage failed. Kanye West's relationship with Amber Rose failed. A lot of guys in the industry that marry ex-strippers or these really beautiful Instagram models, their relationships seem to fail. Do you think that plays a role in why the relationships fail?
Can I answer?
Yeah.
Okay, you answer and I answer.
A whore is a whore, will always be a whore. Did you understand my English?
Yeah.
Male and female. Or
a male and female. But male, to some extent, I used to be a whore. I used to be a male whore. I used to fuck around. Period. But now that as a man I'm mature, I'm settled down, I don't do it anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's easy for me to say I'm gonna cut it off.
God has delivered you, my brother.
In Jesus'
I pray
name.
for you very
You
much.
pray for me. Thank you. But do you understand what I'm saying? It's easy for me to say I'm done with this.
You must be in love.
Because I've played it and played it. I've had green, yellow, white, blue, Chinese, Japanese. I've had it all. You know what I'm saying? Concerning the industry, I'm being real, right? So now that I said I'm done, I don't want to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. But it's not easy for a woman to say it like that.
So you think a woman can mature
you know what? A woman can mature into that. But remember, there's a lot of things that will be thrown at the woman.
Okay.
Am I making sense?
Like what?
I see what you said.
Like Amber Rose, okay, I'll give you let's use the Amber Rose chick for example. Wiz Khalifa drop her, she's gonna see another big boy that's gonna come around. When she's with that big boy, she's gonna see another bigger boy.
But that's not going around though. If she's going from relationship to relationship.
Okay,
that she goes to another big boy, it's not going around. So what do you want her to do because Wiz Khalifa dropped her? So you want to fold up and die?
Let me answer the question. Did you ever do a research to find out why the dumping scheme happened?
I didn't.
Say that again.
Amber Rose's case though.
Let me say that again clearer.
But that
say it again clearer.
Bro, don't make me
But
go
no,
deep.
no,
Don't-
no, no,
don't-
he
don't
said-
make me
he
go
said-
deep.
keep it
Hold up,
Hold on,
let him-
hold on. What I said, did you ever do research to find out why the dumpings keep happening?
For who? Amber Rose?
Why does she keep getting dumped?
Exactly. I don't know that. Do you know that? Do you know that?
Okay, let me
None of
answer the
us know
question.
that.
Let me answer the question.
I asked that question right now. I said,
you know that.
Okay, let me answer the question.
We asked you.
I
I
know,
said,
I don't know.
hold on. I know a whore. Or I know two whores in the Nollywood USA industry. Right? That whore around in the Nollywood USA industry, right? And I know they can never find any husband.
there is no man that will claim that. Let's be clean.
You know why?
Let's
You know why I
Look.
say they can never they can find a husband outside the Nollywood.
Exactly.
Chief,
But
they cannot.
They
They cannot.
You-
Chief, let me stand this one.
But inside the
Let's go to
those finish, right? But inside the Nollywood USA industry, they cannot. You know why? Because all the
Guys, you know.
power players.
Exactly.
Okay, let me
just
say
don't
something
say,
before we
man.
go into conclusion. They can find a husband outside the industry as long as the guy does not know. I don't know a man that will accept a woman saying, "This is what I used to do all my life. All I did was sleep with a bunch of men." Chief, let me ask you this question. You meet a really beautiful woman, you love her, and she tells you, you say, she tells you, back in the day, I slept with, this basketball player, this actor, and she names like 25. And she keeps mentioning these guys she slept with. What would you say?
If someone I love,
You love, yes.
what would I say? That was what she did in her past. So look, LD.
This is Hollywood boy.
This is.
You're
Let me tell you something. We talked about.
No, those two don't
we,
we
we talked about love. When you're in love, you can do some crazy.
My brother, what is love?
When you, I don't know, love means different things to different people.
Why is it crazy though? Why isn't it okay? Why isn't it
It's
normal?
just like if you say now, look, I don't know, and again, Khloe Kardashian, she's dating, what's his name in Houston Rockets? And she was with Lama Odo. And prior to that, who was she with?
But she's in a relationship.
Exactly. She's been with what's the other rapper guy that sings French Montana. Blah, blah, blah,
When he finished, I want to say one sentence.
Look,
Can I
you
say
just
one
said,
sentence?
hold on, you said if she slept around with 25 people. So what? Do you know if she did it in relationship?
I'm sorry,
You don't know that.
I'm sorry, I'm cool.
Let me say something. Ike or Noah. Hold on, let me say Ike or Noah. You come to Hollywood now, you're Ike STeeLE. I know you asked Ike or Noah.
Okay, what's your point?
If Chloe, or what did you call it, Chloe, whatever, what did you
I don't even know.
What do you call it?
Kardashian, Khloe.
If that was in your village, and she moved around like that, what would they call her in your village?
Look, my village, they'll call her whatever they call her.
No, what would they call her in English? Say it in English.
Pascal,
What would they call
remember
her?
we said something about the environment. In my village, they'll call her something else here. But she's going around, she's in a relationship.
Okay, you want me to summarize it
she's
for
in a relationship.
you want me to summarize it for Ike? Ike, all those people you mentioned that you're defending, they're all show business
I'm
hoes.
not defending. No, let's clear something up.
Okay, this is the thing.
Is the conclusion or what?
No, I just wanted to just to add. I've met one of my friends was like a dancer for one of these like one of these, I can't name the artist, but it was dancing, and the guy was like, "Come and look at my phone." I was like, "Okay, this is a random dancer," and he was like, "Yo, such and such, big like a top
Boy or girl is a dancer?
The guy was a dancer.
What kind of dancer? Like a stripper dancer?
No, he was a background dancer.
Okay, like a
for like an R&B or for an R&B artist.
Okay.
And the name that I saw, I was like, wow.
He's
and what he
all of them. Okay.
It's what Pascal's saying is not a joke. I won't lie. Let me just say it's not a lie. It's not a lie because a lot of these girls out here, we need to define what is relationship to.
Exactly.
Because moving around and sleeping around with all these, because these girls be out there loose.
Exactly. Whole wing.
Okay. Let's stop trying to defend. Can I conclude?
No.
Whole wing.
If you want to conclude,
people like
I'll say this. You know who Derek Jeter is? Derek Jeter.
Yes, Derek Jeter.
How many girls have Derek Jeter dated or been with?
Probably a million.
Almost anybody in Hollywood in America. The top classes. You're gonna tell me he cannot marry a good woman, or do you call him a hoe? I know we've said.
Can I answer you?
Yeah.
When a man does it, And when a woman does it, it's not the same.
Exactly, bro.
I also agree.
It's not the
But
same.
we're saying
In our society, it's just
It's not about society, bro. Scientifically, it's not the same. It is not the same thing. Biologically, it's not the same thing.
Culturally,
It's not.
I agree with you.
Nowhere in the scale is it the same thing.
I'm
It's different.
I'm the one that told you that men. Remember when we had that episode of we did something?
Yes.
I told you men are like dogs and women are like cats.
Of course.
And cat and a dog is two different things.
Let me just clarify though. Just because it's not the same thing does not mean it's permitted. On both
Exactly.
sides. Just because it's different. But
we are two different things, species by nature. Okay, we are. Okay, I know that for a fact. Look, now you're gonna sound very machonistic and
no, I'm just being factual, bro.
Well, factual, but that's not how females will see it.
Let me say something.
But it doesn't matter how they see it. It's the truth. Because I agree with
Exactly.
it. I agree with it.
Let's just cut it out.
Okay,
I agree with this.
Let's conclude. Let me conclude.
Okay,
Let me start. And I want to make this And the reason why I think this is an important message, this is important episode, is because the glorification of whoring is at an all-time high. It is at its peak. It's never been.
Ross, let me give
The glorification of whoring has never been.
I'm gonna touch on that.
It's out of control. Now, I am not the judge. That is God's job. But I said this on one episode before, and I'll say it again. Number one, if I don't want my daughter doing it, there's a reason why. And this is what I'll ask a whore. Would you want your daughter to do it? And a male whore, would you want your daughter to do what you did as a man? I can ask the same question about would you want your son to do it, but again I said it is different, we're different species, but it's still not permitted from my perspective on both sides, because I said this last time, protecting your energy to me is important. Protecting yourself from diseases is definitely important, and also giving yourself some kind of class. These days, people are more cautious about who they let use their phone and car than who they let use their body.
Wow, that's
It's the truth.
Bro.
It's the truth. People are more, and it's we just look over it like it's okay. 30 showers, hashtag no. Because I don't want my daughter to do it. I will be disappointed if my sister does it. I will be disappointed if I know that's what my mother did before. It's not good. So my advice, I said this before and I'll say it again, I'll close it out. I'm sorry for taking this long, but I believe when a man finds a woman that he loves, he drops everything, right? Of course, temptation comes along the way. But as long as that relationship stays healthy and he really loves this lady, he stops what he's doing, because I believe immaturity plays a role in why a man is promiscuous. And I mentioned before, if he has a screwed up relationship with his mother, he might have the painful side of promiscuosity. But I still think that can be overcome when he finds a woman who he truly loves. For a woman, I think promiscuosity comes from a really dark place, right? And if you're going to get in a relationship with a woman who's promiscuous and who's whored around, be ready for an emotional roller coaster. I'm not saying she can't change, but you have to make sure that you give her all the space in the world to express all her emotion.
Therapy, counseling, whatever she
everything. Because it's going to be, and last but not least, popular hip-hop line, don't save them, they don't want to be saved. There's a reason that is that popular. And I'll close it out at that.
Okay. I mean, I really concur with everything he's saying, but there's something else that really bothers me too, since we're on this part of the topic, and I'm gonna just conclude. I really think it's time for a lot of men to speak up a little bit now.
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna be real, a lot of women are just talking a little bit too much now. In the sense that now sluts are okay, women this, that, and it's like, yo, it's not okay, it's not good, it's not okay.
It's being paired with women's rights.
Women's
like,
rights,
no.
Exactly. Like, go women, I'm like, no, don't support sluts.
Most of our sisters are watching, so they will call us chauvinists.
I don't care.
But they can call it, but one question I want to ask.
Being a hoe is not good.
Can I ask a question on what you just said now?
Yeah.
You just said something very important. You said, oh, now people are fighting, being a slut is okay.
Yeah.
But I want to ask one question. My sister, are you happy?
Thank you. When you look yourself in the mirror at night, are you fine?
I just want to ask a question.
No, and that's just what I want to say, because they're probably going to say that to everything I was going to say anyway. But I just feel like what bothers me the most is that a lot of these women are supporting that. And then one more thing that even bugs me the most, you don't hoe, yet you have your fist up talking about go hoe. To support hoes.
And just to add on to what you're saying, I'm sorry. It is because
What is that about?
It is because it's been confused with women's rights.
Right.
No, that's not women's rights.
But you know what I'm noticing? Lastly, is that now a lot there's it's a slight shift now, which is a natural shift because it's nature always wins.
Natural selection.
So a lot of women are realizing like, yo, I don't support that. Hey man, like, I don't support being a hoe like that because I want a man. Because a lot of women are acting like they don't want to be with men. Okay, then you all this man bashing. Be a slut. Be proud. Be free. I don't understand.
But the same people criticize Kim Kardashian.
It's
like, what do you want?
I don't get it.
Where are you on the offense? It's all good.
I'm done.
It's all good.
You want to go?
Whatever, I can go.
Let's make a snack.
Yeah.
He's gonna talk and do this and tell me make a snack.
Oh no! I'm just not you.
Okay,
I'm done.
That song is in my head now. Don't say they don't wanna be said. Wow, that's deep though. That was deep. Honestly, I'm gonna say you cannot change anybody that decides to do anything. You don't even go into a relationship trying to change anybody. Don't change people. Let people be who they are, okay? Let people be who they are. So definitely, if you're for a man, if you're in love makes you do a lot of things. There's a lot of things I've said that I will not do again, but then I saw somebody that it was like, wow, all those things that I said, I'm going to drop. So it does happen.
Are you about to be saved? Don't save him, don't save this man. He does not want to be saved.
So definitely, it's a thin line in between being a strict parent and also being a liberal parent and raising your family, your daughter right. And you told me one time, because a boy was after my daughter at the daycare, you told me he was being an overprotective father. You see how...
No. What you were thinking at that age, I was like, whoa,
but it's a thin line though, LD. It's a thin line. Wait, don't worry, when you have a child,
trust me.
Talk to me again.
I got guns, son.
Exactly. So,
I got a daughter.
this is a thin line. Definitely. I think this is a great topic, and you guys have really concluded for me. And there's not much that I can say again, but just conclude.
All right, for my own conclusion, number one, I will start with me.
Okay.
As an example, I used to be a man whore.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm being real.
My name is Pascal Atuma, and I was a whore.
It's getting
Horace Anonymous.
Hold on. What I mean is because I used to slam many chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna lie.
Ain't nothing wrong.
I'm not gonna lie, but at the
Get out of your system.
At a point in time, I felt like I've had enough. Enough is enough.
What was that thing that made you say yes?
Okay, that thing that made me say I've had enough was when my mom died. And when my mom died, I said, damn, I can't keep doing this shit. I need to, I don't have a mom anymore, so I need to become my own mom.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Was your mom your guardian angel?
Yeah, my mom
while you were
was
doing all those things?
No. Understand what my mom was someone I felt like I can go do whatever I want. If I need a female to talk to a real female, I'll call my mom and get that advice or that nurture from my mom. But when she left, I said, damn, I can't continue doing this. I need to find a real woman that can take my mom's position. Do you know what I'm saying? So when my mom died, that's when I switched and I started looking. After my mom died, I will not sleep with you unless you have value. Am I making sense?
So you were a real whore.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, because bro, look at what we do. You know what I'm saying?
No, what you do. Let's get ourselves.
I'm being real.
You're an analyst, right?
But I'm being real, right? So after that, I started saying, okay, you know what? I need to find a woman of value. No longer beauty or this. I started looking for something more. I wanted to find somebody that will replace my mom, and I can't find it among the whores. You know what I'm saying? Because a whore is a whore. You meet a whore is a whore. Period. Right? So after that, I changed. I switched. I stopped it. So something sometimes have to happen for someone to stop that lifestyle. like female who's a whore, one day something will happen, right? And she will want to stop it, but yes, she can stop it, but your history will follow you.
Okay.
Am I making?
Yeah.
Am I making
That
sense?
scar is still
Yeah,
there.
they'll
Right,
follow
right.
you. But what I'm gonna advise people out there, I have a daughter. My daughter is beautiful and everything, right?
I've seen her. She's
Okay.
lovely.
I want my daughter in show business, but there's gonna be a difference. The difference is this: I'm gonna tell her what you need to do in show business so that you don't become a show business whore.
You ain't gotta tell her. You create that. You've already created that establishment where she doesn't have to do those things.
But you still have to tell her.
Yeah, I know.
You said, see, the main reason why many people become whores in show business is because they don't have the talent to play in the game, but they want to play in the game of talents. So for them, they have to compensate. Something have to give to cover up for what they don't have.
Is that the case all the time, or is that the case?
A majority of
Majority of the time.
Majority of the
Because
time.
a lot of these women,
Most of these people that have real pure talent,
Done.
right? They don't have to do that much. They might do it a little,
Yeah.
but not that.
Oh, okay. That's one of
But those ones that don't have pure talent,
Yeah, because
they have to keep doing it.
Okay.
So there are people that are going to say, but all I'm going to advise young people out there, you can never turn a whore into a housewife unless Jesus Christ comes and says, can I finish one more sentence?
Right.
If you are looking for a real wife, don't look in show business.
But yo, no. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
I'm being real.
Just be quiet to that last word you just said.
Okay,
You know
what?
what? You guys kind of chicked in when she was talking.
Okay, you want me
right?
to say it again? Yeah.
No, don't say it again.
You want me to say it
why?
again?
You know why?
Why?
Lawrence Fishburne. Do you know what happened to his niece? To his
daughter.
daughter? Isn't he in shopping? Isn't it up there?
Can I ask
So
you a
there's
question?
sometimes
Was he there?
we don't know that.
We don't know that. We don't know that. But you see results
Yeah.
Right.
based on, certain kind of. Basically, he's saying, I'm sorry to say this, his daughter got into porn,
Yeah.
right?
Lawrence
Lawrence Fishburne's daughter
No,
got into
she
porn.
threatened. Did she?
No, she got into it.
She was doing it.
She did it.
She did it.
She did it.
She did
Okay.
it.
And we see what happened to the other guy, Morgan Freeman, that wants to marry his niece.
House of Commons.
Okay.
House of
So
Commons.
let's
So, hold on.
in those kind of cases.
Okay, but wait, did you hear what I
I'm not
just said?
supporting.
Okay, but did you hear what I just
But I
said?
think we can just
But
close
did you
with
hear what I
that.
just said? I said, if you're my relative or you're my very good friend and you're looking for a wife, do not look for a show business.
House of Commons.
Come on.
Oh my God!
Come on.
This is